Hi guys. I'm going to do one more soap live because then that's going to be pretty much it. Might do another one tonight on my own, but then that's it for the summer soaps and whatnot. You guys said for me to go live, so I am, and this one's going to be in a cool citrus basil scent. I bought these from the Sapphire Blue, and I don't order from there anymore, though I did find out some information that the owner apparently was going through some serious, I don't know if it was medical issues or whatnot, but she was going through some pretty serious stuff. They revamped a lot of it. They fired a few workers, and so apparently it's supposed to kind of, you know, get better. They've ordered more things so that they're not always out of stock. So I think in the fall I might give them a try again and see how it goes. And hopefully, you know, that little piece of information is true, because they do have some good stuff. Like some of the fragrance oils that I order from there, it's good. It's just I can't handle, you know, buying from there. They drive me nuts. So we're gonna just do the regular recipe with the palm oil. Like I had said in the previous videos, you can get that recipe off of Royalty Soaps. It's the recipe with the palm oil. You don't like palm oil? She's got another recipe. Look through a couple of the videos and you can get the other recipe with, she's got butters in there instead. So my butters are in here. I'm gonna pour my lye in. I've already got my colors and stuff mixed, because this was the recipe that I was going to be making last night when I realized that I didn't have a mold, and so my colors are already ready to go and everything. So we've got a orange, that minty green that I've used before, a yellow, the yellow from Mad Oils, and a gold color that we're going to use. So I'm soaping at room temperature. I prepped all my oils and stuff last night, because I was going to make another batch last night, but I get very tired. As much as, you know, you think going to work and you're working all day and stuff, making soap and prepping everything and making sure that, you know, everything goes well is very, very tiring. As much as it sounds funny, it really is. I'm exhausted by the end of the day. Plus, I take care of my son, so it's not like I'm just making soap all day. I'm going out this morning. We went out for a walk. I did a little bit of mulching in the front yard. I put some mulch down in our new beds that we made last year. And so, you know, it's not just sitting around making soaps all day, which I wish we could, but it's not working out like that. So this is my yellow, my gold. So because it's a cool citrus basil, I kind of want to make sure that the green shows through more, and then the orange, and then the yellow and the gold would be like I just kind of want really light wispy swirls of it, especially the gold. So I'm just gonna pour a little bit of the yellow. A little bit of the gold. And I think I want more of like the base color throughout. I know the last batch I did have a little bit, but I really want this one to have more of just that plain, non-colored soap color in it. I think that it's going to be a really nice complement to it. I am going to lighten it just a tad. I'm not going to lighten it too much, but I just feel like, you know, as much as it's a drop swirl, I feel like if it's just wisps of those colors more than, you know, some dark or full color, I should say. So let's mix these up. You guys can still see. that's my base. Now I know I'm not really explaining as much what I'm doing this time just because I just did that the last soaps. So if you guys are still new to soap making and you're wondering like what the heck is she doing, and just go see the other videos and you'll see I'm explaining everything a little bit more. So I didn't even bother hand mixing these because they were mixed yesterday, so it's not, they've had time to kind of so there's the yellow. I'm actually going to do the gold last because I don't want gold bits in anything else. So I'm having a really hard time with, I guess, kind of deciding where to post the videos. There's a option to go live, like stream live on YouTube, but I don't have as much of, like, I only have so many followers or subscribers on YouTube, right? And you guys, I get like, you know, over 1,000 people by the end of it all watching these videos, and I don't get any money out of it or anything, but I am, you know, there's a lot more people that are seeing it here versus on YouTube. So I'm kind of feeling like, you know, I don't want to overcrowd here, but I also want to build my YouTube channel. So if you guys have any suggestions as to what to do, if I should maybe, you know, an hour before or something, post here that I will be going live on YouTube and post the YouTube channel, or I don't know. That's what I was kind of thinking of doing. So if you guys have any, you know, any suggestions on how I can go about doing it, because I mean, I'll keep posting here and then just uploading them on YouTube, but if I can get more people to watch on YouTube, it just benefits me more in the long run. So let me know what you guys think. Alright, so here's the fun part. We're going to move these colors down. Bring this over. I'm just gonna, oh, I almost forgot. Jesus Lord. The fragrance. I've been doing pretty good. I haven't forgotten, but I almost forgot there. Oop. Alright, so let's just stir those in. I hate that. I'm very, very, very forgetful. I think it's because I use wooden spoons. Sometimes there's like some wooden pieces that come up. There we go. Yeah, I'm very, very forgetful. It's bad sometimes, and I used to always forget my fragrance, and somebody said to just put it in the mold like before you go to pour, so you're gonna see it, right? And that was such a good idea, and I did start doing that, and then you know, then I kind of got better, but I almost forgot again. So this is my yellow. And super nice colors. Like, I really wish that Mad Oils wasn't so expensive to ship. Like, there's those big rock salts that I've been seeing a lot. Brambleberry sells them, and there's a few other places. I think Wild Hair, and anyways, they're so nice, and like, for me, I think that they would sell really, really good. I know a lot of people are like, big, huge chunks of salt. Like, how is that going to, you know, how is that going to dissolve? How is that going to even be good? And honestly, like, if it doesn't completely dissolve, I would just grab it and take it out of the water and use it again, right? Like, I just let it dry. But you would need to use so much less salt if you have those big chunks. And, I can't find them anywhere in Canada that's like a decent price without blowing my budget. There's another little, I think it's the blender from yesterday actually, because it's maroon color, so I think it's just leftover soap that didn't get cleaned out from my blender. Okay, so that I'm actually going to put a little bit more because, like I said, I only wanted it to be like wisps of the color, so much, not so much like the full color. There we go. Alright, so let's start with orange. So this again, it's a drop swirl. I'm going from a higher elevation and I'm just back and forth, and it's going to drop in there and create some super nice ploppy kind of drops in the soap. And there's the green. Now you could go and stick, you know, something in there to mix things up, but I don't. These last few soaps I haven't been, and I'm okay with it. That's what I want. Oop, that's what I want. I don't want to mix anything up, and now I've made a mess, but I've also have no more room in my mold to put the gold. So I'm actually going to afterwards kind of oh, no, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do it in a pot swirl. I'm going to actually put this in here because this is going to be my icing. I'm going to put this in here, so I'm just plopping it in this. Once I put it in the bag, the little bit of gold that I have in here is hopefully going to come out in the piping. That's what I'm going to do. So that's that. That one's cleaned out. And I really, I can't even clean these out. It's almost overflowing, so I don't like wasting soap, but that's just what it is. So that's that. Now, you guys are going to have to tell me, should I do a Mica Line in this one? I have a Mica Line in all of the soaps right now. There's 4 of them. Should I do another Mica Line? I can't see very good, but anyways. Yeah, forgetfulness does come with having kids, but I'm not going to say I should go check a doctor, but like seriously, I've forgotten my kids. I was pregnant. I was about 8 months pregnant. My kids, there's 10 years difference between my kids. But anyways, we were at a party, just like a family gathering party kind of thing. And we were getting ready to leave, and my daughter was downstairs watching TV, doing her own thing. And we said bye, you know, see you guys later, and we walked out, and then all of a sudden somebody came out and said, Sophie, you forgot somebody. And sure enough, my daughter, Sasha, came running out with, you know, that pissed look on her face, like as if you forgot me. But she was just so quiet that I didn't hear her, like, you know, and she's always like that. She's always just kind of doing her own thing. She's a born only child. She's like me. I'm an only child. I like to be quiet. I talk to myself a lot, and I think that's why I'm so good at doing these videos, because as much as you guys are watching and commenting, I'm still basically talking to myself. But yeah, I like doing my own thing. I like to be quiet. I like, you know, I don't like it when it's super noisy and stuff, and she's the exact same way. When she gets home from school, she goes downstairs and she, you know, she reads, she does tons of arts and crafts like I do, and she just does her own thing. So I forgot her. So that's a funny little story there. Yes, Mica Line. And I'm 30 weeks pregnant with my second, and I'm scary forgetful. Exactly. So that goes with my story. Okay, so Mica Line it is. Now the question is, what color? Do I do the orange, do I do the gold, or do I do the green? What color should I do that Mica Line? I can't see because my glasses are... What color? That gold color, which I've done before, the orange or the green? Orange? Any other voters? We've got 20 people watching, so I could easily have 20 votes. Gold, which I've done. Orange I haven't done. Or that green color. Anybody? Caroline, I think you're the one that's going to be winning. Orange, you glad you commented? I still have a little bit of pink from the last time I did it. I guess I didn't wash this. Orange, is it orange? Orange, cool. Okay, we'll do orange. I think orange will be nice too. And I have to take off my gloves for this. as you guys all know, I'm forgetful and I'm clumsy. It's an awesome combo right there, eh? Whoa. Alright. So these are just little, it's like a tea thing. You put loose tea in it and then you kind of just put it in your water. I think, anyways. Or is there another use for this? Oh. My son's been having a very hard time staying asleep or even just sleeping. He's always been a really, really good sleeper after his like 3 months of me pulling my hair out. But he's always been a really good sleeper. And just lately now, when we put him down, it's like he doesn't want us to leave. He cries and then he'll fall asleep and then he'll kind of wake up and I guess realize that he's fallen asleep and cry. See, like he might start crying again, but it's almost like he's not having a restful sleep kind of thing. He's sleeping in more. So I don't know, but it's a phase obviously, but it's a very hard phase to go through because I don't like to let him cry too long. Like I'm not one of those mothers, and it's fine if you are, obviously. I would never judge any mother, but I'm not the type to be, my son cries, I have to run up and go see right away. Sometimes it's just upset a little bit and they'll settle back down, but with this, I just know that I don't know, I guess it's just me feeling like maybe he feels like he's alone kind of thing, and I don't want him to feel like that. But anyways, he fell back asleep, I think. Alrighty. So again, remember to get like right on the edges because I'm actually going to do a little bit more. That's an area that you still see when you cut the soap, right? Like that's the first area. So you really want to make sure that those edges are good, not too thick either, because again, like I said in the previous videos, that your soap could split. So the top part could just separate from the bottom part, and you don't want that either. So just a very fine line. Fine mica line. Alright. I have done the cold process salt bars. I did them last year, and I just haven't got around to making them again. I had made one batch, and it went like perfect, and then I did another batch, but I soaped cooler, I think it was. I can't remember. I'd have to go check my notes, but I soaped either cooler or hotter. Anyways, it accelerated and it got hard because anybody who makes salt soaps knows that like you got to get it in the mold, and preferably not a mold like this, like a single cavity type mold, because it hardens very, very quickly, and then that's it, right? So yeah, so I did it the one time, it worked out good. I did it the second time and it just seized on me and got hard really, really quick, and then, I haven't done any since. So I enjoyed the first time, and it's a super, super simple recipe. It's just like a olive oil and coconut type recipe. I know some people add some castor oil, but it's a really, really easy, recipe to do. And yeah, so I think I'm going to try it in the fall. So these are all, like I've been saying in the last video, these are all the soaps that I'm going to be selling at a really, really fun makers craft show. So there's no direct sales. They're all local makers from Sudbury, and I'm going to say like in the surrounding area. It's the second time that they do this craft show, and I wasn't able to get in the last time, so it's a juried craft show. But yeah, I wasn't able to get in the last time, and so I just went to go check it out, and there was a waiting line of 45 minutes outside, and then when you got inside, if you wanted to buy anything, you were waiting like 15-20 minutes, maybe even half an hour, depending on which table you're at, just to look at the stuff. So it was packed. It was a smaller hall, so I think they got a bigger hall this time, so I think the flow is going to go a little bit better. But yeah, it was a crazy, crazy show. So I was so happy to get in this time. And when I went for supper with the other soap girls from my area on Wednesday this week, there was 2 of them that were there, and they both said that it was nuts. Like, that was the best show that they had. So I'm like, okay, well, I have to make like basically double or triple the amount of product that I'm normally making, because the craft shows that I normally go to only have about like a 200 to maybe 500 or 600 like attendance. So it's going to be a big difference. I'm super pumped, but like I said, I want to make different soaps because there are a few other soap vendors. There's for sure going to be me and another girl. And the other girl does a lot of all natural, so like with essential oils, and she doesn't color the soap at all. So yeah, so I wanted to do like super different stuff just to bring people from the all natural, you know, if they don't care as much to have all natural, then there's these super funky, you know, soaps that they could do too, or that they could buy. So because I put stuff in here, I'm trying not to, I should have waited a little bit. I don't want to mix it too much because then I'm going to end up mixing all of that color, which I guess it doesn't really matter, right? I'm just going to mix it. Screw it. It'll just have like a golden-y kind of, which will still be fine. Because yeah, I have to stick blend this or we're going to be here forever. So I am going to mix this up a little bit. So what, for you guys, what was the highest attendance for your shows? Like I was saying, mine are normally just like a 200 to maybe 600 people. But, oh, no, those are smudged. What have you guys gone, like, what's the biggest show that you guys have gone to? I don't need to know necessarily how much money you guys made, but how big, how many people were attending those shows on, like, a 1 day or a 2 day? Like, it doesn't matter which one. Looked like KFC, what? Looked like KFC HP. I don't know what you guys are talking about now. So yeah, let me know the biggest show that you guys have gone to or have made money on. Joelle, what's the biggest show that you've done? I was talking with Joelle last night, and she was saying that she has yet to make cold process soap, and she's scared, which a lot of you guys are. So she's been watching a lot of the videos, and you know, she knows the soaps, the process inside out, but she's scared of the lie. So we're all gonna have to help each other out, the people who are scared to make soap, because it's really not all that scary. You just don't want to get it on your skin, and if you do, just wash it off right away. Don't wait, and it's not like a burning, it's gonna, I mean it can, but it's not gonna burn through your skin if it's just like a little drop. It's just gonna have like a itchy, burning kind of sensation, and then you just wash it and it stops. It's not a big deal. Like I get that feeling a lot like in my wrist, because if I have soap on the tips of my fingers and I pull my glove up, sometimes I'll get it there. So it's just like itchy, scratchy kind of thing and like a little bit burning. So I just wash my hands after, whoop, and that goes away right away. It doesn't like keep burning. Now, if you accidentally pour the container of lye and water on your skin, then you have to worry. But if you're just, you know, or in your eyes, and that's why you should wear like protective eyewear too. Like I normally have my glasses on, but I just smudged them, so I can't see anything now. So I'm just getting, I just want the soap to thicken up so that I can pipe it for you guys. I may not even get there because it doesn't look like it's thickening up. But I wanted to know how many attendants go to your shows. You know you should. Okay, I gotta take one glove off because I can't pull up the conversations here. Let's see. Okay, so I have never seen that many people at our events, and I sell Sensi. What was the name of the company that you got that mica from? Mad something? It's Mad Oils. That's what it is. It's a super awesome company. Like the people that sell, or that like, I'm gonna say, anyways, the people that are like packaging and stuff, they send you like a little note, like a handwritten note. Well, when I did, I know that they've kind of changed some stuff. Obviously, if they're busier, they probably just print out like little cards then. But at the time, like I got a little handwritten note with like a little, it wasn't just like a thank you for ordering. It was like a cute little like a little quote kind of thing. And I got like candy, so it was close to Halloween. I don't know if it was like a little bit before, a little bit after, but they sent me like some candy, and it's all packaged like in cute little bags and stuff. I got a free little sample. Like they're awesome people to work with. It's just, it's too expensive for me to buy when I can get, you know, like something this big for $5, and I paid probably like 15 or 20 with the shipping and everything for that. So it's, you know, it's a big difference. The colors are super vibrant, so you don't need a lot, but I just can't justify it. It's ridiculous. Alright, so I'm just going to let that chill for a little bit there, and I'm going to read some of the comments because I can see you guys are writing a bunch of stuff. So yeah, Jessica, it was Mad Oils, like I said. You've never done a show? Oh my god. Okay, Joe, you need to go do some shows, lady. Come to Sudbury and do shows with me. Come for the weekend. Come over for the weekend and you could come to my shows and help me. You should book, I believe it's June 3rd off. That's that market that I'm going to, the Makers Market. And you could come and help me. Yeah, Amber, you should do shows. To be completely honest, you guys, if you're struggling to make extra money, I mean, if you're fine with what you're making, or like money-wise, great. You don't have to worry. But if you want to try and get a little bit more money, customers, returning customers, craft shows. I do craft shows. Oh my god. I've probably done about 10 craft shows from like spring, like from March-ish. March, April, May, maybe even a little bit earlier, February maybe. I've been doing craft shows like almost every weekend. Sometimes 2 craft shows a weekend. And that's where I make my money. And then it would be to do spa parties. I'm having a spa party at the end of the month. I've invited 2 other direct sales ladies to come. And we're having a spa party. And I did my spa party like where I had people come over to my place last year. And it was the best money-wise that I brought in all of my shows and stuff. So they bring in tons of money, and you're only talking with people for about 2 or 3 hours or whatever. You sell your stuff and they're gone. So it's even better than craft show. And then what else was there? Oh yeah, wholesales are a really nice way too. So I just got I went a couple weeks ago and dropped off some little samples to a bunch of local stores, local salons, nail salons. One girl contacted me for Mother's Day little packages kind of thing. So I did these here, which I was showing you guys a little while ago. So, and then there was like a little tag on the top. She ordered a bunch of those, so I got, I got a customer out of that. And then who knows, like she might not be wanting to do wholesale orders, but she might want to, just get like gifts like that every once in a while. And that's fine with me. That's still extra money. And then there's another company, she added me onto Facebook, and I just sent her a message and said, hey, like, I seen that you follow me not on Facebook, on Instagram. I see that you followed me on Instagram. I'm looking for wholesale clients if you're interested. And she said, yeah, like I'll think about it and stuff. And she contacted me last week. And again, she didn't contact me for a wholesale order, but she contacted me for a gift, for like product for a gift basket. So I'm going to drop that off today to her. So it's super easy to just get little clients and stuff like that they may not even come back, but who cares? You got a little bit extra money that you wouldn't have got if you would have never contacted them, right? So it's just a really nice way to bring in some extra money. Let's see. So scared to make soap. We're going to fix that for you, Joe. I am in Canada. I'm in Sudbury, Ontario, the nickel capital city. we've got a big, huge nickel up on a hill, and a lot of people who visit always go there, and you can make it kind of look like you're holding the nickel, like you'd be holding like that leaning tower and stuff. It's kind of the same idea. So if you position yourself good enough, you could take a picture of yourself holding the big nickel. They do charge, well, it depends on where you are, Carolyn. Like, I know for me, typically for a table, like for a spot at a craft show, it's anywhere between like 20 to about 40, which is like a normal price. And then once in a while, I'll get a show that's like a 60 or 70, $75. And I'm okay to pay that if I know that it's going to be a good show. Or if it's like a 2-day show, then I'm good with that. And then there's a few that I've paid that are $100. Now, not a lot, because I do find, like, you have to think about it, right? You're having to make enough to pay for your table, and then that's when you start. So if your table is $100, you have to sell $100 before you actually start making money. And if it's not that great of a show, then, you know, you're behind. If it's a show that's in the $40 range and I haven't done the greatest at them, I just take it as marketing. Like, you're seeing however many of those people, you know, people are taking cards or whatever, and they may call you later. And so that's how you're going to end up, you know, I guess coming up with new clients and stuff. I have people contacting me like on a weekly basis now, you know, saying, oh, I seen you at the craft show, I picked a card up, and, you know, I wanted to go online and see what else you had, or though I always tell them, like, this is everything that I have, but that's up to them, right? So you can always gather new customers when you go to craft shows, for sure. You were from Calgary? Calgary's far from where I am. I've never been anywhere other than in Ontario. I have gone to Quebec, but I haven't traveled Canada. And the thing that sucks is that, again, it's super expensive to travel through Canada. Like really, really expensive. So if they could bring some prices down, flights wise, like I've got family in Nova Scotia, I've got family in Saskatchewan, and it'd be awesome to go and visit them, but it's so expensive. And then to drive across Canada is like, it takes days, right, to get to anywhere. So I think if it was just me, I'd probably, you know, I'd do it more often, but oh, I'm mucking it up. But with my son, he's not I mean, he's okay for like decently short trips, but anything more than an hour, if, you know, then he starts to get annoyed. So I can't travel very much. What do you make at your shows, if you don't mind me asking? It really depends. On average, I make about $400 to $500 at a show. That's if I'm spending around the $40 mark for the show, and that's if attendance is decent. So if my attendance is at least around, you know, 400 to 500 people, then I'm making about that much. If it's a lower attendance, then I tend to make a little bit less. I have shows recently, I'm going through a streak where, like, I'm barely paying my tables. I'm making like $150, $100, so it really, really sucks. But again, it depends on where you live. So then again, there's other shows that I'm making, you know, 1,000 or 1,500. They don't come very often, and I think those are going to come more at Christmas time. But yeah, it just kind of varies, and just do the shows where you can ask them, you know, the shows that it's been the first year that they do, I try to kind of stay away from them and let them kind of gather a few years under their belts, or a few shows under their belts, and then I'll kind of go. But the shows that, you know, like us, the big shows that bring in a lot of people and a lot of money are the shows that they do at the schools to raise money for the schools. Those ones are always really, really awesome. And the ones that are at Christmas time are really, really awesome. So try and do those ones if you're kind of, you know, figuring things out. Carolyn, that's close. Toronto's nice and close. Toronto. You're in Toronto. Our events are expensive. Yeah. Well, yeah. So see, you got to pick and choose, right? But do the ones that are better. Like, pick the ones that you do are better. I do 3 months, so that's not too bad. And I'm sure that you're getting, you know, if you weren't doing good, you wouldn't be going, right? So that's kind of what it comes down to. Ours are super expensive. Oh yeah. Yeah, like we have a few shows that are really expensive like that, and I find those are like the expos and stuff, right? But just like the little craft shows and stuff, for us anyways, we can get them that are like pretty cheap. Sometimes if you want to just bring your own table, you could get them for like $10 or $15, and you just bring your own table, and that's fine with me. I just bring my booth, right? Like part of the shows that I do, I don't even use their table. I just bring my booth, so that would be fine with me. Yeah, it is cheaper to go to Florida and Cuba. That's our thing. We've gone to Jamaica a couple times, and it's cheaper to go to Jamaica than it is to travel to see family in Canada, which is like ridiculous. Yeah, I agree. I find like September, October, November, December, those are the big months. Around springtime, like around this time of year, it's not too bad. And then at the rest of the time, like through the summer, I don't really make too much. I don't sell too much because here, like, it's camping, right? Like, everybody goes camping on the weekends, the long weekends and stuff. So, and honestly, I don't really feel like sitting here and making soap anyways. So yeah, that's what it is. All right, so let's try and thicken this up a little bit more. I was able to chit chat with you guys a little bit, and it doesn't even look like it's gonna thicken. So I might just let you guys go. Okay, so I'm just going to stop the video. I'll just post pictures once I'm done kind of thing, because it's still like light pudding consistency. It hasn't really changed. So I'm just going to let it sit and clean up. I'll post some videos later. Yeah, so this is going to be the last video that I post for a little bit. I've got some products coming in hopefully next week, the end of next week. So I might do like a supply box opening kind of video or something if you guys wanted to see what I bought. But yeah, that'll be it for a little bit. And always, I'm going to post the YouTube link to my page, my YouTube channel down below, just so that you guys can go and follow there, because I'm still trying to, like I said, I'm still trying to figure out exactly what I want to do. So if you guys kind of start following me there, then maybe I can just do live YouTube videos there and not necessarily here all the time. So I'll link that below, but I'll get back to posting the pictures and stuff later on. Bye guys.